I'm actually
favorite
curious,
people
like
who they can control.
the ones in particular, in relation to men in particular, like
Yeah.
what role men play in those situations. Like, I'm actually curious.
Again, speaking from my experience, and I think it's getting a lot better.
Yeah.
Some men I've encountered in the industry were upset because I wouldn't sleep with them, you know,
Okay.
because I wouldn't have sex with them, because I wouldn't flirt with them.
Does that happen often? Like, does that happen as often as people
I
think it
hope
does?
for the younger girls that it doesn't happen as much anymore, but it happened to me, yes.
Happened. I'm not asking for specific numbers, but like in terms of.
Quite frequently, to be
Wow,
honest.
that is crazy.
It does happen. It does happen still, where I can be like in a situation, and the moment I say, look, I'm not interested in you in that type of way, the help, the support stops. Yeah, because there's still like something attached to being a woman in this industry that makes men think that they need to have more access to you than just like your talent, you know?
So at all levels, like the artists themselves, the producers, the whatever, like all those levels.
All those levels. But then again, I've also encountered like really amazing, sensible men in my life, you know? So it's like this, to be honest. Like I've had men.
How does that make you feel when you meet someone like that?
Who like wants to like.
Someone that is just genuinely all about uplifting you, all about, you know.
To be honest, it's I expect that.
Yes. Yeah,
so
that's
I
why I'm
expect,
asking.
so the moment I meet you, I expect you to treat me with respect. I expect you to look at me through the lens of what I bring to the table concerning my talent and my craft. So when someone uplifts me because of my talent and just has like a normal relationship with me, especially if they're a man, and especially if they're a man in power and in certain positions, I don't drop to my knees and say thank you, because I don't drop to my knees and say thank you because that's how you're supposed to act.
You don't go like, what's like, you don't have that like.
No, because
like,
you've
okay,
done the
what's the
same
play
thing with
here?
your homeboy.
Okay.
You've uplifted your homeboy
Right.
and gotten him into certain rooms. So of course, if I am as equally talented, you're going to treat me the same way.
Okay.
So I you know, and I do feel like a lot of men still have a problem with women who are just like, what, you want me to lick your toes for getting me into this room or into this position? I can't do that. You know, like you did the same thing for homeboy, for Oga. You did the same thing and you didn't expect anything.
Yeah.
Like, why are you treating me there? And I think confrontation is everything. I've literally asked guys, like, did you just put your hand on my thigh in a session? And it makes them so uncomfortable. And that's why I always encourage young women and young men. I'm not ruling out, because a lot of harassment is also happening to young men, which we have to speak about as well. Like, confront the situation in the situation.
Yeah, right then.
It doesn't mean shouting. It doesn't mean like losing your shit and throwing and breaking furniture.
Having a conversation.
I've literally asked someone before, why is your hand on my thigh? Did you try and slap a mosquito? Like, what happened? Like, explain this gesture to me.
How did that conversation
people
go?
feel uncomfortable when you do that. Like, you know. And sometimes when people hug me too much, like men, you know, when I go to award shows or whatever, and you know that hug that slides down your buttocks and stuff like that.
Really?
I'm just like, I confront them there and there.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't ask for a cuddle.
Goodness. Wow. Like,
I think the mistake we as women often make is that we tolerate such behavior as boys. Like, that's
boys
just how
being
men
boys.
are.
Yeah.